Right, so we will continue with the straight lines, and now we will look at different types of equations that are formed. Okay, so what are the different types of equations that are formed for straight lines? Okay, let's start with this, and I would need a marker which is working. Just give me 1 second here. So first of all, we need, this is not working. What is basically an intercept? So we need to understand here what is basically an intercept. Okay, so let's say we have here the y-axis and here the x-axis. So we have here the y-axis and here we have the x-axis. So what is basically an intercept? Intercept means, let's say this is a line and this is making an intercept on y-axis. So this will be basically the y-intercept of this line. Let's say we have another line, and here this is going like this. So this will be basically the x-intercept. This is the x-intercept and this is the y-intercept of the line. Okay, so these are basically intercepts. Now let's say for a line which is basically parallel to the x-axis. So we have here a line and we have a line which is parallel to the x-axis. So if it is parallel to the x-axis, let's say this distance from the x-axis is b. So what will be the equation of this line? So equation of a line parallel to x-axis. Equation of a line parallel to x-axis is given by y is equal to b, because there is no x component out here. The x is not changing, so this will be y is equal to b. And similarly, if we have a line which is basically parallel to the y-axis. So let's say we have this distance as a, okay, and this is parallel to the y-axis. So equation of a line parallel to y-axis. What will be the equation here? X is equal to a. This will be the equation of the line. Okay. All right. So now we have the slope intercept form of a line. So when we write equations of a line, so the first thing that comes is the slope intercept form. Now what do we actually mean by slope intercept form? Okay, slope intercept form basically means, so let's say we have a line here, this is basically a line, okay, and it is cutting off an intercept of c with the y-axis. So c is basically the y-intercept out here. Okay, so now let's say if we were to draw a line which is basically parallel to the x-axis, so the angle that this line makes with the positive direction of x-axis, so this will be theta. So let's say we take any arbitrary point out here. So tan of theta, this tan of theta will be equal to, let's say we have here P, M and N. This will be equal to Pm by Mn, correct? This will be equal to Pm by Mn. Tan of theta will be equal to Pm by Mn. That will be the slope of this line. So let's say we have here the point is x and y. Now what will be the coordinates of, so Pm, what will be the coordinates of M? Obviously this is C, so this will be x and C, and this will be 0 and C. Okay, this will be 0 and C. So what do we have here? Tan theta is equal to Pm by, so Pm will be what? Y minus C square plus x minus x square. So this will be y minus c square under root, this will be Pm. What will be the value of Mn? Mn will be c minus c square x minus 0 square. So this will be x square. This is equal to basically tan theta, or we can say tan theta is the slope of the line, that is m. Okay. So what do we have here? M is equal to y minus c upon x. So if we happen to cross multiply, so mx is equal to y minus c. So y will be equal to mx plus c. This is the slope intercept form of a line. So this is the equation which is written in the form of a slope intercept form. M is the slope of the line, c is the y intercept, and this is the equation of the line. So this is called the slope intercept form. This is called the slope intercept form of equation of a line. Slope intercept form of equation of a line. Okay. Okay, we'll deal with some questions on the slope intercept form. So let's say the first question that comes on your way is find the equation of a line which makes an angle of 15 degree, which makes an angle of 15 degree with the positive direction of x-axis, with the positive direction of x-axis, which makes an angle of 15 degree with the positive direction of x-axis, and cuts an intercept of 4 with the negative direction of y-axis, and cuts an intercept of 4 with the negative direction of y-axis. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's do this. Okay, so here we have the equation of a line which makes an angle of 15 degree. So obviously slope of the line, this will be equal to tan of 15 degrees, and tan of 15 degrees can be written as tan of 45 degrees minus 30 degrees. Okay, tan of 15 degrees, that's how we will find out the value of tan. And tan A, we know that tan A minus B will be equal to tan A minus tan B upon 1 plus tan A tan B. Okay, so this will be one. Oh, my camera has gone a little too far. Let me adjust it. So this will be tan A minus B will be tan A minus tan B 1 plus tan A tan B. So here we have tan 45 minus 30 as tan 45 degree minus tan 30 degree upon 1 plus tan 45 degree and tan 30 degrees. Tan 45 we all know is 1, tan 30 we all know is minus 1 by root 3, again 1 plus 1 into 1 by root 3. So this will be under root 3 minus 1 upon under root 3, and this will be under root 3 plus 1 upon under root 3. So the under root 3 in the denominator part gets cancelled for both. Okay, and we have here under root 3 minus 1 upon under root 3 plus 1. So how can we adjust this? By multiplying with its conjugate. So here we have under root 3 square minus 1 square will be equal to under root 3 minus 1 square. So this will be under root 3 square minus 2 under root 3 plus 1 square upon under root 3 square is 3 minus 1. So this will be basically 2, this will be 3 minus 2 under root 3 plus 1. Okay, so that's going to be how much? 3 plus 1 is 4 minus 2 under root 3 upon 2. So this will be 2 minus under root 3 by 2. So that should be 2 minus under root 3. So this will be the value of m. So what is the value of m, or the slope of the line? That's 2 minus under root 3. Now this cuts an intercept of this cuts an intercept of 4 with the negative direction of x-axis. So obviously here the value of C will be minus 4. The value of C will be minus 4. So therefore equation of the line, that's going to be y is equal to mx plus c. So here we have y is equal to m, that is 2 minus under root 3 into x, and c is minus 4. So this will be y is equal to 2x. This is going to be the equation actually. We can't simplify it further. 2 minus under root 3x minus 4. This will be the equation of the line. Okay. Okay, so here we have a problem. P1 and P2 are points on either side of the two lines y minus 3x is equal to 2 at a distance of 5 units from their points of intersection. Find the coordinates of the foot of the perpendiculars drawn from P1 and P2 on the bisector of the angle between the two lines. So let's look at this. Now look at the equation here. Y minus under root 3 mod x is equal to 2. For x greater than 0, obviously the value of mod x will be equal to x. So what will be the equation? Y minus under root 3x is equal to 2. This will be the equation. This will be the equation for x greater than 0. Now obviously for x less than 0, the value of mod x is equal to minus x. So what will be this equation? Y minus under root 3, this mod x can be written as minus x is equal to 2. So this will be y plus under root 3x is equal to 2. This will be the second equation. This will be the second equation. Okay, so we are clear on this one. Okay, now look at this. If we kind of draw it parallel to y is equal to mx plus c, so here y is equal to under root 3x plus 2, which means slope of this line is under root 3, which means tan theta is equal to under root 3. So theta is equal to 30 degree with positive x direction, Similarly, in this case y is equal to minus under root 3x plus 2. So here m will be equal to minus under root 3. So tan theta is equal to minus under root 3, which means theta is equal to tan theta is equal to minus under root 3, which means minus of tan 30 degrees, right? Which means minus of tan 180 minus 150 degrees, correct? Tan 1, this is m is equal to under root 3, which means 60. I am so sorry. This will be tan 60. This will also be tan 60. I am so sorry here. Tan 180 minus 120. So this will be theta is equal to minus. So this will be the tan 180 minus theta is minus tan theta. So minus tan 120 degree. So here in this case it will be tan theta will be equal to tan 120 degree. So theta will be equal to 120 degrees. In this case theta is equal to 60 degrees, and in this case theta is equal to 120 degrees. So let's say we have the y axis here, and let's say this is the x axis. This is the x axis, this is the y axis. Okay, so one line is basically, see, look at this. For both the lines, the y intercept is basically 2 for both the lines. Okay, so let's say one line goes like this. This y intercept obviously will be having coordinates as 0 and 2. We know that y intercept, and this is making an angle of 60 degree with the positive direction of x axis. Is this visible? Okay. Now let's say there is now the other line makes an angle of, okay, so this will be, I'm sorry, this will be 120. Okay, the other line makes an angle of 60 degree with the y-axis, with the x-axis. So here, and it passes through the same point. Okay, so this is basically 60 degree with the positive direction of x-axis. Okay, so now both of them pass through this point. Now let's look at this. If this is 120, if this is 120, obviously what will be the value of this? See, this is 90. If this is 120, obviously this will be what? 90 plus 30. So this will be 30. If this is 30, being vertically opposite angles, this will be 30, right? Same here. If this is 60, obviously this is 90 and this will be 30. So obviously this one will be 30. Okay. So we can say that both the lines make an angle of 30 degree with y-axis. So in other words, we can say y-axis bisects the acute angle, between the two lines, Okay, y-axis will be the bisector of the acute angle between the two lines. Okay, now what do you have to find out? Find the coordinates of so P1 and P2 are points on either side of the two lines at a distance of 5 units from the point of intersection. So this is the point of intersection. So let's say this is P1 and let's say this is P2. Okay, so P1 and P2, this is basically 5 and this is also 5. Let's say this is P2. P1 and P2 are points at a distance of 5 units. Okay, find the coordinates of the foot of the perpendiculars drawn from P1 and P2. So let's say this is a perpendicular drawn, this is a perpendicular drawn. You have to find out the, so now both the perpendiculars will be the same. See, these are two congruent triangles. So R, right angle, hypotenuse and side both are equal. Okay, so let's say the perpendiculars drawn from P1 and P2, the perpendiculars drawn from P1 and P2, that is M will be at the same point on y-axis, obviously. Okay, because if you see triangle, this, let's say we name this as, this is O, this is A, this is B and let's say this is C. So triangle CP1M is congruent to triangle CP2M. We can see this for but obvious reasons, SAS or whatever you want to say, RHS, anything. Okay, so now we have, let's say what will be the value of CM? See, CM upon C1 upon P1M. Okay, so both the lines make an angle of 30 degree with the y-axis, obviously, and y-axis bisects the acute angle between the two lines. So y-axis is basically bisecting the acute angle between the two lines. The perpendiculars are drawn from P1 and P2. Now obviously M will be the same point on the y-axis. M is basically the foot of the perpendicular. Okay, so now what we have is, see, in this triangle, let's say in triangle CP1M, base upon hypotenuse, that is CM upon CP1 will be equal to cos theta, that is cos 30 degree. Okay, now CM will be equal to P1M cos 30 degree. P1M kitna ho gaya? This is basically 5. P1M is 5 and cos 30 is basically root 3 by 2. So this will be 2.5 under root 3. Okay, so this will be 2.5 under root 3. Now what is OC? How much would be OC? We know that this is y-intercept, which is at a distance 2. So therefore OC is equal to 2. So now what we have to find out, see, if we look at the question here, find the coordinates of the foot of the perpendiculars drawn from P1 to P2 on the bisector. So what will be the coordinate of M? So M will be equal to, obviously since it lies on the y axis, it will be 0, and what will be OM? See, OM will be equal to OC plus CM. OC plus CM. OC we know is 2 and CM, OC we know is 2 and CM is 2.5 under root 3. So this will be 0 and 2 plus 2.5 under root 3, whatever the value comes out to be. Okay, so this is how we can find out the entire solution to the problem. Okay, so now we will come to the point slope form of a line. What do we mean by point slope form of a line? Point slope form of a line is another way of representing the equation of a line. We have seen one form as y is equal to mx plus c. So this will be the other form. So let's say if we know the slope of a line to be m, and if we are aware that there is one point for which the coordinates are known, let's say x1, y1. Okay, so point slope form of a line, the equation of a line which passes through point x1, y1 and has a slope m is given by y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So we will quickly see how this works. Okay, so let's say let the slope of a line be m and let x1 and y1 be a point on the line. Okay, now let P, that is xy, be another point on the line. Now let on the line. Okay, so what will be the slope of the line? The slope of the line obviously will be equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, something that we have already considered earlier. So this will be y minus y1, in this case y2 is this and x2 is this, x minus x1. So we have here m into x minus x1 is equal to y minus y1. This basically is the equation. So y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1 is the equation of the line. So for any line, if we know the slope to be m and if we are aware of a point for which the coordinates are known in a particular line as x1 and y1, we can represent the slope point form of a line by this equation. So on that basis we have a question. This question is from NCERT. This question is basically from NCERT. Find the equation of a line for which tan theta is equal to 1 by 2. So we know that tan theta is given here. Is this visible? Let me just check. Okay, for which tan theta is given as 1 by 2. Okay, where theta is the inclination of the line, obviously. Okay, so here the slope is how much? Slope is 1 by 2 because slope is equal to tan theta. Okay, now x intercept is 4. So in the first case x intercept is 4. So one point of the line will be what? One point of the line will be x intercept, which means that the line passes through this point wherein this intercept is 4. So what will be the coordinates of this point? Obviously 4 and 0. Okay, x intercept is 4 and 0 because when we talk about x intercept, obviously the y part in the x axis will always be 0. X intercept basically means the intercept of the line with the x axis. So obviously the coordinates of this point will be 4 and 0. Now putting this here, so we are aware of the slope of the line and we are aware of the coordinate of one point. So we can easily put y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So in this case y minus y1 will be 0, m that is 1 by 2, x minus x1 that is 4. So this will be 2y is equal to x minus 4. This will be the equation of the line. You can also write it as y is equal to x plus 2 minus 2 if we happen to divide this by 2. So this will be y is equal to x by 2 or half x minus 2, half of x minus 2. So this will be the equation of the line. In the second case, it is given y intercept is 3 by 2. y-intercept is 3 by 2, which means that the line intersects the y-axis at a point which would be, so therefore in the second case the line intersects the y-axis at a point, y-intercept is 3 by 2. So it means at a point, at a point, so the line is passing like this. So this will be 0 and 3 by 2. So this will be 0 and 3 by 2. Okay. Again putting the same values here, y minus y1 will be equal to m into x minus x1. So what do we have here? Y minus 3 by 2 will be equal to m into x minus 0. Okay. Y minus 3 by 2 will be equal to m into x minus 0. So this will be y minus 3 by 2 will be equal to mx. So in that case y will be y minus 3, y minus, or rather 2y minus 3 will be equal to 2 m into x. Now m, what is the value? 1 by 2, 1 by 2 into x, correct. We are multiplying this equation by 2. So this will be 2y, the 2 gets cancelled here, so it will be left with a 3. Now here we have m, so putting the value of m from here, that is 1 by 2, and we have here 2 and x. So this will be 2y minus 3 is equal to x. So which means that 2y is equal to x plus 3. This will be the equation of the line. Okay. So that's how from the point slope form of a line we can find equations of a line. Okay, so we will take another question from again NCERT. Here the perpendicular from the origin to a line meets it at a point minus 2 by 9, minus 2 9. Find the equation of the line. So it looks something like this. Let's say this is the origin which is having coordinates 0 0. This is the origin O. This is the positive x axis, this is the negative x axis, this is the positive y axis, and this is the negative y axis. The line has to go somewhere like this. Okay. So in this case, if we drop a perpendicular from here to here, okay, this is basically the perpendicular, and this has coordinates minus 2 and 9. This has coordinates minus 2 and 9. We have to find out the equation of this line. We have to find out the equation of this line. So what do we do here? Find the equation of the line. So now what will be the slope of line OP? Slope of line OP. This will be equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. We can take any of these as y2. So let's say we take y2 as 9. So 9 minus 0 and minus 2 minus 0. So this will be minus 9 by 2. Okay. So now slope of line OP into slope of line that this line L, slope of line L, both are perpendicular lines. See, L and these are perpendicular lines, and we know that slopes of perpendicular lines, when we multiply their products, we get the answer as minus 1. So here it will be slope of line, that is minus 9 by 2 into slope of line, slope of L will be equal to minus 1. So L will be equal to 2 by 9. The slope of line, slope of L, this will be equal to 2 by 9. Now how do we find the equation of the line? We have just seen that slope point form of a line is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So in this case y minus y1, which is basically 9, is equal to m, that is 2 by 9, into x minus x1, that is 2. So here it will be 9 into y minus 9 is equal to 2 into x minus 2. So this will be 9y minus 81 is equal to 2x minus 4. We can say that 9y is equal to 2x minus 4 plus 81. So that will be plus 77. So here y can be written as 2 by 9x plus 77 by 9. This will be the equation of the line. Okay, this will be the equation of the line. Okay, find the equation of the line passing through. Is this visible? Is this visible? Okay, I suppose it is. Or let me just make a little adjustment here. Okay, so find the equation of the line passing through the point 0, 2, making an angle 2 pi by 3. So obviously with the positive x direction, so this will be our theta, this will be our theta. So we can say y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So m is what? Tan theta into x minus x1. Okay, this will be y minus y1. We are aware of one point, that is 0, 2. So here y minus 2 tan 2 pi by 3, tan 2 pi by 3 into x minus x1, x minus 0. So tan 2 pi by 3, how much will this value be? So if we are confused about this, we can always say tan 2 pi by 3, 2 into 180 by 3, basically 360, it will be 120. Or we can also calculate the value like this: tan 2 pi by 3 will be equal to tan pi minus 2 pi by, or rather pi minus pi by 3, right? Tan pi minus pi by 3, which means tan 180 minus theta is minus tan theta, and tan pi by 3 is basically 60. Tan 60 is minus, so this will be under root 3, and this minus comes along with it. So this will be minus under root 3 x minus under root 3 x minus 0. So this will be x. Y minus 2 is equal to this. So y is equal to 2 minus under root 3 x. This will be the equation of the first line. Find the equation of a line. So this is basically the equation. Now also find the equation of a line parallel to it. Since the lines are parallel, so theta will be equal, tan theta slope will be equal. We have seen that the slopes of lines which are parallel are equal. So obviously we know the slope of this line. So we can easily, again, if we use the same format, y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Now look at it, and crossing the y axis at a distance of 2 units below the line. So the line basically crosses the y axis at a distance 2 units below the origin. So here what will be the coordinates? 0, minus 2. The coordinates, so we know one coordinate out here, 0, minus 2. So just putting the values y minus 2 is equal to m. M will be how much? Same, tan 2 pi by 3 into x minus 0, x minus 0. We have seen the value of tan 2 pi by 3 to be minus under root 3 x. This is y plus 2. So we can say y is equal to minus under root 3 x minus 2. So this will be the equation of the second line. Okay, that's how we will use this equation to find out the equations of lines that are given. Okay, another problem here, which is also an NCERT problem. Okay, two lines passing through the point 2, 3 intersect each other at an angle 60 degree. If the slope of one line is 2, find the equation of the other line. So if there is the slope given for one line is 2, you have to find out the equation of the other line. Okay, so how will we do this? Okay, so we know that slope of two lines which are intersecting is mod of m2 minus m1 upon m1 1 plus m1 m2. This is basically the slope. So here we have tan 60 degrees is equal to, we are not aware of the slopes, right? m2 minus m1 upon 1 plus m1 m2. So let's say here we take the value of m1 as 1. So here we have 2, and let's say value of here we have 2 m2. Okay, so now tan 60 is under root 3. Okay, now when we remove the mod, we will have two values, just as we have in the case of a square root of a number. We have positive and negative values. In the case of a mod, when we remove the mod portion, we will have values as plus minus m2 minus 2 upon 1 plus 2 m2. So there will be two values now. Okay, so m2, now we do it under root 3 to 1 plus 2 m2 under root 3 into 1 plus 2 m2, which is basically what? This is equal to plus minus m2 minus 2. Okay. See, under root 3 into 1 plus m2, 1 plus 2 m2, and this will be plus minus m2 minus 2. Okay, so this will be under root 3 plus 2 under root 3 m2 is equal to plus minus m2, and this will be minus plus, right? Obviously the signs will change. Okay, so here we have, if we take the m2 values on one side, so this will be 2 under root 3 m2. If we take it here, so this will be minus plus m2 is equal to minus plus 2 minus under root 3 minus under root 3. So in this case it will be m2 into 2 under root 3 minus plus 1 is equal to, this will be minus, okay, minus plus 2 minus under root 3. This will be minus plus 2 minus under root 3. So m2 will have a value of minus plus 2 minus under root 3 upon 2 under root 3 minus plus 1. Okay. So in both the cases we are seeing this. Okay. So let's say taking the two values. So here we will have two values once we take the minus. Okay. So here we have plus minus m2. Okay, let me just check. Okay. So here we have two values. Which one will be? m2 is equal to minus 2 minus under root 3 upon 2 under root 3 minus 1, which can be written as minus, if we take common, plus under root 3 upon 1 minus 2 under root 3. We take the minus here common. So m2 will be equal to 2 plus under root 3 upon 1 minus 2 under root 3. That is one value. What would be the other value? Other value, obviously we will take the plus value, 2 minus under root 3. The other value of m2 will be equal to 2 minus under root 3 upon 2. Here we are taking the positive value. So 2 under root 3 plus 1. Okay, in this case m2 will be equal to 2 minus under root 3 upon 2 under root 3 plus 1. So m2 has got this value and m2 has got this value. We are aware of one point on the line. So equation 1, when we take this value, y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So y minus y1 is 3, m is how much? 2 plus under root 3 upon 1 minus 2 under root 3 into x minus x1. x1 is how much? x1 is 2. Okay, so this will be one equation. What will be the other equation? Equation 2 will be y minus, again 3 is equal to, we are putting the value of m2 here, 2 minus under root 3 upon 2 under root 3 plus 1 into x minus 2. So these are the two values that we have for y. This is one value and this is the other value. Okay, that's how we will solve this problem. Okay, so here we have a question in which one side of a square makes an angle alpha with the x-axis. Okay, so let's say this is basically our x and y axis. So this is x axis and this is y axis. Okay, this will be minus x. One side of a square makes an angle alpha with the x axis. So let's say this is the square and it makes an angle alpha. One side makes an angle alpha. So let's say this is O and this is A. X axis, and one vertex of the square is at the origin. So we have taken one vertex at origin, which means 0, 0. Okay, one side of a square makes an angle alpha with the x axis and one of the vertices at the origin. Okay, prove that the equations of the diagonals are this. So let's say if we draw the square now, so the square will be looking something like this. So let's say this is side B and this will be side C. This will be obviously side C, Okay, so this is how it will look. Okay, so now what will be the coordinates of the point A? So let's say if I drop a perpendicular here, and if I happen to drop a perpendicular here, so let's say this is M and this is N. So what will be the length of AM? So we know that OM base upon OA is equal to cos of alpha. That is something which is known to us in this triangle. So basically OM, okay, so OM will be equal to OA cos alpha. Now we are aware that A is the length of the side of the square. So this is basically how much? A, this portion is A, which means OA is A cos alpha. So OM basically is A cos alpha, so which means that this is A cos alpha. Okay, now what will be AM? How will we calculate this? So let's say AM upon OA, is equal to sine alpha. AM upon OA is equal to sine alpha. So AM will be equal to OA sine alpha. How much is OA? A sine alpha. So this is AM. AM is A sine alpha. So this will be A sine alpha. So this will be the coordinates of A. Okay. So if we were to calculate the slope of AC, okay, and we have to calculate the slope of AB. So one side of a square makes an angle alpha with the x-axis and one vertex of the square is at the origin. Prove with the equation to the diagonals. Now we have to calculate the slope of this line. Obviously, what will be the slope of this line? See, here we have, let's say this is one diagonal and this is the other diagonal. Okay. So now what will be the slope of this line? And what will be the slope of these two lines? Are basically perpendicular to each other because we know that the diagonals of a rectangle are intersecting each other or are bisecting each other at right angles. So we will have to first find out the slope. Okay, so this is A cos alpha, A sin alpha. Okay. So here we have A cos alpha, A sin alpha. Are we going in the right direction? So let's take this OB first. Okay, now in case of line OB, what will be this angle? This is the angle which it is making with the positive direction of x-axis. We know that diagonals of a rectangle or a square bisect the opposite angles. We know that this is 90. So obviously what will this angle be? This angle will be 45 degrees, which can be written as pi by 4. So in OB, angle BOA will be equal to 45 degrees, that is pi by 4. Okay, BOA. So what will be BOM? So therefore angle BOM, why will it be 45 degrees? Because we know that the diagonals of a square bisect the opposite angles. So if they are bisecting it, obviously this will be pi by 4. So what will be angle BOM? This will be pi by 4 plus A, and this will be basically, so tan theta will be equal to tan of pi by 4 plus A, So this will be basically slope of OB. Now in OB we know that there is one point O, that is 0, 0. So we can find out the equation of line OB. How? Equation of line OB. So let's calculate this first. Equation of line OB. So this will be y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So this will be y minus, so 0, y minus 0, m, that is tan pi by 4 plus a into x minus 0. So this will be y is equal to tan pi by 4 plus a. So this will be tan a plus tan b, tan a plus tan b upon 1 minus tan a tan b. This is something which is known to us, okay, tan a tan b, okay, into x. So this will be how much? Because we know that tan a plus b is equal to tan a plus tan b upon 1 minus tan a tan b. This is basically the formula of tan a plus b. So tan pi by 4, we know it's 1 plus tan a upon 1 minus tan a into x is equal to y. So let's quickly solve this out here. 1 plus, this will be sine, oh, this is not a, this is alpha, I am so sorry, this is alpha, okay. So this will be sine alpha by cos alpha upon 1 minus sine alpha by cos alpha into x is equal to y. So this will be equal to cos alpha plus sine alpha upon cos alpha minus sine alpha is equal to y, okay. So this will be the equation, y into cos alpha minus sine alpha is equal to, here we have x into cos alpha plus sine alpha, okay. Y into cos alpha minus sine alpha is equal to x into sine alpha plus cos alpha. So equation of one line is proved, okay. Now we will have to venture out into the other line. So how will we do this? See, we know that the diagonals are perpendicular to each other, okay. So this will be OB is perpendicular to, OB will be perpendicular to AC, okay. So slope of OB into slope of AC will be equal to -1. So slope of AC will be -1 upon slope of OB. So now in case of AC, we know that one of the points is this. So again putting y minus y1 is equal to m of AC into x minus x1. This is basically equation of line AC, okay. So putting, so here we know one point is A in AC. So y minus y1, that is A sine alpha, is equal to m of AC, that is -1 upon tan pi by 4 plus alpha, tan pi by 4 plus alpha into x minus a cos alpha, x minus a cos alpha. So in this case it will be y minus a sine alpha is equal to -1 upon tan pi by 4. So this will be tan pi by 4 plus tan alpha, and this goes up. So this will be 1 minus tan pi by 4 into tan alpha. Here we have x minus a cos alpha. So in this case it will be y minus a sine alpha is equal to minus, this will be 1 minus tan alpha upon 1 plus tan alpha into x minus a cos alpha, x minus a cos alpha, okay. So what do we get here? What will we get here? We will get here this one, see, 1 minus tan alpha upon 1 plus, so exactly the opposite of this equation will come here. We have already solved this. Here it was 1 plus tan alpha upon 1 minus tan alpha, okay. And here, and what we got was cos alpha plus sin alpha, cos alpha minus sin alpha. So if we are doing 1 minus tan alpha upon 1 plus tan alpha, so this will get reversed. So this will be minus cos alpha minus sin alpha, cos alpha. Is this visible? Is this visible, or do I need to put it a little down? Okay. Cos alpha minus sin alpha upon 1. So this will be cos alpha minus sin alpha upon cos alpha plus sin alpha into x. This will be y minus a sin alpha, okay, y minus a sin alpha. So let's quickly do this. Okay, so what do we have here? We multiply this by y, so we get here y into cos alpha. So this will be y sin alpha plus cos alpha. This y gets multiplied by this So y into cos alpha plus sin alpha minus a sin alpha. So this will be minus a sin alpha into cos alpha plus sin alpha, cos alpha plus sin alpha. Okay, this will be equal to minus x cos alpha minus x cos alpha minus sin alpha minus x sin alpha. I am so sorry. Okay. So what we can do here is what to do now, what to do now. X cos alpha, this is already proved, this is already proved. So we have to prove here y sin alpha plus cos alpha, which we have already got, x cos alpha minus sin alpha. Why are we goofing up here? Just 1 second, let me just check this out here. I suppose I have made some mistake here. Oh. So here we have x minus a cos alpha. Yes, this is the mistake that we have made. Y minus a sin alpha, this will be y cos alpha plus sin alpha, which we already have, minus a sin alpha into cos alpha plus sin alpha. This will be x minus a cos alpha. Yes. Okay. So here we have this will be x minus x, basically minus x into cos alpha minus sin alpha, and this minus minus will turn out to be plus. So this will be plus a cos alpha plus a cos alpha into cos alpha minus sin alpha. Okay. So putting this here, because we have to come to this one. Okay. So if I happen to take this at this side, we will have y cos alpha plus sin alpha. Is this visible? Okay. Plus x into cos alpha minus sin alpha plus x into cos alpha minus sin alpha. Now in this case, what do we have here? A cos square alpha minus a sin square alpha. Now if we take this here, so it will become plus a cos alpha and a cos alpha sin alpha minus a cos alpha sin alpha. If we take this here, so this will be plus a sin alpha cos alpha, and this will be plus a sin square alpha. So this and this gets cancelled. What do we have here? A cos square alpha plus a sin square alpha. So if we take this as common, a sin square alpha plus cos square alpha, this is going to give you 1. So here we have y. So this will be a into 1, that is a. Y cos alpha plus sin alpha plus x cos alpha minus sin alpha, this will be equal to a, and hence it proves the second condition. Okay. A little lengthier problem. Let me check if you have an access to the entire problem here. Okay. I suppose this would be good. Okay. So this is how we will solve this kind of a problem.